Croeso pawb to the Mega March UK PSN sale. This sale ends on the 31st of March, so that'll be your last day to pick up these deals. Okay, let's look at the games. And up first is Assassin's Creed the Ezio Collection. It was released in 2016, so it's 5 years old. And it's on at least a 65% discount for a price of £13.99 or £11.99 if you've got PS Plus. This collection has the best Assassin's Creed games, all three of the Ezio trilogy, which are Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Revelations, and they all have enhanced graphics with all the DLC included. In this iconic trilogy you get to play as Ezio Auditore, the most iconic assassin of the series, and it's the best trilogy by far with a really good story and better gameplay, which also includes no scummy microtransactions like the modern ones, so it's win-win all round with these. If you haven't played them, definitely check them out. There's a lot of game for your money here, and it's top quality as well. It's a Racer next. Assetto Corsa Ultimate Edition. It was released in 2018, so it's 3 years old, and is on a 75% discount for a price of £8.74, which is really good. This edition has all the DLC included, and is full of extra car parks and expansions. You get to drive over 178 cars across 16 legendary circuits, such as the Nürburgring, with 33 track configurations. So it's a pretty big and complete racing game. I haven't heard much about this game, but it's very well reviewed, and it looks awesome from what I can tell. So if you're looking for a racer, why not consider this? It looks like a really good deal. Avon Colony is our next game. It was released in 2017, so it's 4 years old, and is on a 70% discount for a price of £7.49, which is good. This is a management sim where you get to build massive sprawling cities on Avon Prime, which is an alien planet full of deserts, tundras and wetlands. You get to manage your colony while exploring the planet, discovering its ancient secrets and alien wildlife. And on a side note, the expansion Cerulean Vale is also on sale for £1.24, half price discount, which has a whole new biome. This looks like a really cool and different city management game, and with the DLC being on sale as well, this is a good time to pick it up if you're interested. Next we have Beyond Eyes. It was released in 2015, so it's 6 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the low price of £1.99, which is really good. This is a third-person adventure game where you play as a blind girl named Ray, who braves the world searching for her missing cat, and the world around you is revealed by sounds you hear, and it looks like a beautiful watercolour landscape. So it's a really cool little adventure with unique themes to it. If you're intrigued by it, why not have a look? It's definitely intriguing to me. It's Sport Time. Blood Bowl 2 Legendary Edition. This game was released in 2017, so it's 4 years old, and is on a 75% discount for a price of £6.24, which is really good considering it's a Legendary Edition. It comes with an extra 16 races, and a load of new features as well, which is a lot of value for money. In the base game you play as over 24 races and their star players, with a new solo Eternal League, challenge mode, and even get to mix and match races to create the ultimate team now. So if you're a fan of Games Workshop, or you just want an American football game that's not full of microtransactions and scummy gameplay mechanics, then you might want to check this out. The people that play it really love it. We're going old school now with Doom 3. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and is on a 50% discount for a price of £3.99, which is really good. This is a first-person shooter, and it includes the Resurrection of Evil and the Lost Missions expansion packs. And you really should know all this by now, but you get to play this critically acclaimed retelling of the original Doom game, as you battle your way through a demon-infested facility to enter the Abyss and challenge Hell's mightiest warrior to end their invasion. This is an iconic game that's a remake of a legendary game and an amazingly historic franchise for gaming. If you have fond memories of this game, or you've never experienced this game before, then this is a good opportunity to play it if you feel like buying it. Flockers is our next game. It was released in 2014, so it's 7 years old, and is on an 85% discount for the low price of £2.99. This is an indie puzzle strategy game, which is basically a rip-off of Lemmings if you remember what that series is. In these games it's up to you to guide a flock of sheep as safely as possible through dangerous trap-filled levels, and then you get better scores by how many you get to the end safely. It's a pretty simple idea based on a very old franchise, so if you're a fan of Lemmings, or you like puzzle platformers, for this price, why not take a look? And now it's my star buy, Gear Xrd Rev 2. This was released in 2017, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 97% discount for the low price of £1.04, which is crazy cheap. This is a fighter From a pretty legendary fighting series at this point, it's definitely one of the big 2D fighting games around. And this edition boasts new characters, extra story modes, additional stages and gameplay balances. But hey, let's face it, at the price it's on sale for, if you want a fighting game, or you're a fan of Guilty Gear and you don't own this version, why wouldn't you pick it up? It's so cheap it's basically free, and you're never going to get games this cheap very often. Especially really good ones. It's the star buy of this sale, why not take a look at it? It's a VR game next. Intruders Hide and Seek. It was released in 2019, so it's 2 years old, and is on a 90% discount for the crazy price of £1.59, which is ridiculously good. This is a horror game, where 3 intruders break into your house and take your parents hostage, and now it's up to you to avoid the intruders while trying to free your captured parents. This game is playable in stereoscopic 3D, which is a cool bonus for people that have a TV that can handle that. But more importantly, it has a VR mode, so you can play the entire game in VR, which makes this amazingly good value, and also a pretty cool experience for VR compared to normal play. So if you have a PSVR unit and you like these sorts of games, definitely pick it up for this price. And for anyone that doesn't have a PSVR unit, then why not check it out anyway, it's a really good deal. Up next is Mordheim City of the Damned. It was released in 2016, so it's 5 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for a cool price of £3.99, which is really good. This is a turn-based strategy game which is based on the Games Workshop tabletop game, where you play as iconic warbands fighting over the control of Mordheim, one neighbourhood at a time. It's got really decent reviews and fans at Games Workshop will probably love this game, but if you're not a fan of Games Workshop, then you might like it, take a look. We're going back in time now to Sherlock Holmes The Devil's Daughter. It was released in 2016, so it's 5 years old, and it's on a 90% discount for the crazy price of £1.59, which is awesome. This is a third-person adventure game, where you play as Sherlock Holmes in the late 1900s London, freely exploring the city's neighbourhoods in search of clues and suspects, solving cases while also getting into fights, chases, and infiltration of the criminal underworld. A lot of people like this game series, and at this price, if you're a fan of Sherlock Holmes or open world investigation games, check it out, it's a really good deal. The next game is for PS Plus members only, Shing. It was released in 2020, so it's only a year old, and is on a 75% discount for a price of £3.99, which is pretty good. This is an old school beat 'em up game, where you battle through hordes of demons as a group of 4 ninjas in a classic style beat 'em up featuring 4-player local co-op and epic boss battles. So if you're a fan of old school beat 'em ups, then why not take a look at this? But be careful, because without PS Plus it's not a great deal. Next we have another game for PS Plus members only, Spaceland. It was released in 2020, so it's only a year old, and it's on a 75% discount for a price of £3.99, which is really good. This is a turn-based strategy game where you control a squad of 7 space rangers who land on a mystical planet to uncover its mysteries with an arsenal of futuristic, upgradable weapons to take on dangerous enemies and bosses. This looks like a pretty cool game, and I'm surprised it's not more well known. This will be great for any fan of turn-based strategy games, but only if you're a PS Plus member. Again, it's not that great a deal without it. Next up we have Stifled. It was released in 2017, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £4.79, which is pretty good. This is a survival horror game, and is completely playable in VR, with no move controller support. And this game I'd imagine would be really scary in VR, so it's not one for me, that's for sure. In this game you explore your traumatic memories, where the entire world is pitch black, and the only way you can reveal the environment around you is with sound waves by making noise, but your nightmares can also hear the noises you make. So it's a horror game based around the fundamentals of risk and reward, basically. Which sounds pretty cool to me, although again I don't like horror games, so I ain't gonna play it. But if you like them, you just might love this. Especially if you have a PSVR unit. VR just makes horror games way more scary. Sudden Strike 4 is our next game. It was released in 2017, so it's 4 years old, and is on a 73% discount for the price of £6.74, which is really good. This is an RTS, where you get to play over 100 different units across 3 campaigns set in World War II, and it also features over 20 scenarios and a skirmish mode, and it also includes historical footage from the era, which is a nice bonus if you're a fan of World War II history. If you're a fan of RTS, then you should look at this. And if you've never played RTS before, then you might want to check it out. There's not exactly a lot of those games on PlayStation these days. Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet is our next game. It's released in 2018, so it's 3 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £8.74, which is pretty good. This is a third-person action RPG, where you get to experience an original story set in Gundale Online, where you get to create your own avatar to explore devastated lands, meeting familiar faces from the Sword Art Online series. There's a few of these games on sale, so if you're not interested in this one, there's at least 2 other Sword Art Online games on sale that you can look at as well. Fans of Sword Art Online will get more out of this game than others, so if you're not a fan of Sword Art Online, then you might want to look at other RPGs instead. I love the next game. This is The Police. It was released in 2017, so it's 4 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £3.19, which is really good. This is a strategy game where you play the police chief Jack Boyd, and it's up to you to manage the police department, balancing corruption with doing your job. You get to investigate cases, plan SWAT assaults, and try to make it to the end of your contract still alive. I love this game because the story is really cool, and there's a lot of replayability because you can make lots of different decisions. You can go in with the mob, try and be more cut and dry. It's great fun just trying to make it to the end of the story alive. And on a side note, the sequel is also on sale for £4.99, 80% discount. So if you've played the first game and you were looking to pick up the second, that's the first time I've seen it on a decent sale, although it's not quite as good a deal as this. Another racer for you now, V-Rally 4 Ultimate Edition. It was released in 2018, so it's 3 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for a price of £11.99, which isn't bad considering it's an Ultimate Edition, with over £30 worth of DLC including 4 car packs. This racer lets you drive over 50 cars in rally, rallycross, drift, buggy and hill climb events, and it also features 2-player local co-op and an official guide to the game. So there's a lot included in this edition, and there's a lot of different events and variety to the gameplay. This looks like a good deal for rally fans, but there's another game on sale as well, so you might want to check them both out. And the final game I have for you is for PS Plus members only. WRC 8 FIA World Rally Championship Deluxe Edition is a ridiculous name, and it was released in 2019, so it was 2 years old. It's on an 80% discount for the price of £11.99, which isn't bad because it's a deluxe edition, and it comes with over £10 worth of DLC, including 3 extra legendary cars, which isn't really that much content for a deluxe edition, but hey, it's over £10 worth and it's free, so I ain't complaining. In this game, you get to drive with 50 teams in 14 rallies with over 100 special stages from the 2019 WRC season, and it also features a rebuilt career mode and dynamic weather effects for the gameplay. If you're a rally fan, then you get to choose between this and V-Rally 4. I think I'd pick V-Rally 4, but I'm not a rally fan, so I wouldn't know which one is the best game really. V-Rally 4 is just the best deal basically. Either way, you've got 2 games, make up your mind yourself. And that's all the games I have for you for the Mega March UK PSN sale. What did you think of the games I picked? If you liked them, drop the video a like, and if you didn't like them, throw your complaints down in the comments and we can argue about it later. And that includes the star buy. Did you like that? Did you not like that? Do you think another game should have been picked instead? Or do you think I missed out some games altogether? Like I said, comment below and we can argue about it later. I hope you guys found some games you're interested in, but more importantly I hope you guys saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Hoil Vour.